We just got the first Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer, shown exclusively in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con, and there's a ton of new footage and details to break down in this video, including a full new teaser of Galactus, who we are actually going to take a close look at, and Doctor Doom, who is likely to appear in this film for the very first time. Welcome back, guys. I'm breaking it all completely down in this video, so be sure to subscribe and hit the like button on this video if the information is valuable, and support the channel to see more Marvel news. And in today's video, we'll take a close look at the latest Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer shown on San Diego Comic-Con 2024, and it's all crazy new details you might have missed. Alright, now first, the footage we got is honestly pretty impressive, and I'm also about to convince you why Fantastic Four First Steps is really worth waiting it. Alright, first exciting thing we get in this trailer is intro that says, now the special look at the Fantastic Four. And well, it does look really great, kind of reminiscent of a retro style, which the trailer luckily was made in, and I hope the entire film will conserve this great vibe here. The very first scene in this trailer is a school scene where Reed Richards, as a teacher, who we by the way take a first look at, is showcasing an experiment with some engine to his students who seemingly don't look quite as interested in what they're studying. And now this is of course related to the rocket ship engine that's about to fly to the moon later, where the crew is going to get the first steps into multiverse that might get them to discover Universe 616 somehow, maybe revealing crazy cameos as it was appeared to be in Deadpool and Wolverine, but no spoilers here. So in this scene, Reed Richards puts his glasses on to show the experiment to his students, and we're not entirely sure if this scene is going to appear as a flashback or even shown in the film, but I can say that it just perfectly makes sense as a flashback, kind of like a first look at Fantastic Four and their confirmation of alternate dimensions, which the film is tightly going to be based off how the team of Fantastic Four is exploring the alternate dimension. So this scene is basically happening before their huge mission on the moon, where they're also likely to obtain new superpowers to later step into different universes, including the MCU Universe 616. In the very beginning, Reed Richards says, the equation is not only confirms alternate dimensions, but it suggests that parallel Earths exist on different dimensional planes, which again kind of confirms my assumption above. Then right off the bat, we take a first look at all Fantastic Four members together who have never been known or mentioned in the MCU, because again, they're simply in a way different universe, which is probably going to be changed in the film story as Fantastic Four discovers the MCU universe, different cameos, and potentially Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom for the first time, but I'll cover it in detail a little later in this video. So we have not got any official details of how exactly Fantastic Four is going to receive their powers, but my possible assumption is that they will get the powers on the moon or in space, presumably as it was described in Marvel Fantastic Four comics in 1961, when they gained their superpowers after explosion of cosmic rays during a scientific mission to outer space, and in this case it's going to be the moon mission, as the film events are happening in the 1960s in this incredible retro style and modernized New York, specifically Manhattan, with some actual landmarks such as Chrysler Building here. And there is also a car here we have seen in Hall H and San Diego Comic-Con. That was just amazing to see on the event. That was a real nice inclusion to the presentation, and also for those who are wondering, we couldn't see any ropes attached to this car. Well, there wasn't any, just because it was a light car consisting of drones, which I personally found pretty cool. We also get the aerial view of the Fantastic Four place, where there is a tall building, which is meant to be their version of the Baxter Building here, and the pad laying next to the building is supposed to be the landing pad for their spaceship in which they're going to travel to the moon. Now, on the Comic-Con, people could access the souvenir map of New York City, which the Fantastic Four First Steps is going to be located in, and we can see Yancey's Street neighborhood, which of course appeared in Marvel Fantastic Four comics before, and it's the home to the Street Gang and the place Ben Grimm was born in. This is New York's lowest east side neighborhood of Manhattan that leads to Brooklyn across the East River, where we can see the Baxter Building of the Fantastic Four, and there's a variety of other different places shown on this map that might also end up appearing in this film. On this Comic-Con, people could also get this with all the members of Fantastic Four. I think this map is meant to give the universe a special retro-futurism style based on actual places and events, modernized and depicted in a unique vibe, which I'm really hyped to see what it turns out to look like in the film. Now, it looks like this is 100% from the film, though the next scene, where we take a first look at Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, I believe is from the film, but some people claim it was only shot for this teaser trailer and is not going to be a part of the actual film. There is just a white background, the American flag on their suits, and kind of style of the 1960s. This scene also shows us the crew without the superpowers and before the flight to the moon. Then we can see Susan Storm and Reed Richards meeting the guests in what appears to be the Baxter Building, either after or before getting superpowers in the spaceflight, but I believe it is before they flew to the moon. Then we get a weird scene of a show Let's Make a Love Match, which I found really obscure in my last video too. Let me know if you know what it is about, but all what matters in this one is the reveal of the Thing in the trailer. Afterwards, we get the full Fantastic Four with the Thing walking down the Baxter building to the path where the spaceship is. And most importantly, I've seen many people complaining about Pedro Pascal not having an iconic beard of Mr. Fantastic, though in this scene, we can clearly see something here which appears to be a beard of Pedro Pascal, which he gets once he becomes Mr. Fantastic and gets his new powers from the spaceflight. We get more astronaut scenes with all the members of Fantastic Four here before they get to the space. After that, we can see their starship on its way to the moon, and finally Galactus shows up outside the windows of what looks like the Baxter building in this version of New York City. Galactus just taking a peek inside the Baxter building, looking to find Fantastic Four inside. Now, I should also highlight that we can see a couple skyscrapers on the background, meaning it's definitely in New York on Earth. Now, Galactus looks just amazing in this scene, massive and intimidating enough to convince me it is the accurate Marvel comic book version of him, which we always appreciate here. I think of course we'll get more scenes with Galactus when a new trailer comes out, and there is also a film logo in the end which looks really great. I'm personally so excited about the upcoming Fantastic Four First Steps trailer that's coming out pretty soon, and of course let me know what you think of it. But now, what about Doctor Doom in this film? As I mentioned in this video, I was going to elaborate on this one, and yeah, high chance we're going to see him for the very first time introduced in this movie. As my subscribers speculated, and according to different sources, Fantastic Four flying to the space is going to discover multiple dimensions, including the Universe 616, where the MCU is basically set, so not only we might get multiple cameos as in Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe Mr. Fantastic from a different universe, either Chris Evans or John Krasinski, but it is not likely going to happen according to different sources. Well, it means there is a huge potential for Marvel at this point in this movie, and more importantly, there is a high chance that Marvel is going to introduce Doctor Doom in the post-credit scene. With the recent Robert Downey Jr. announcement shown recently in San Diego Comic-Con, it would totally make sense to introduce the villain in this film, as Fantastic Four members are prominently going to be involved in the upcoming Avengers Doomsday. As Reed Richards' main villain, it would be completely sensible to put him into this movie, first to kind of introduce him a little bit before Avengers Doomsday, and also to impress Marvel fans significantly. Now lastly, my overall impression of this Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer is really great. I think the footage looks really impressive, and I'm really looking forward to a new trailer we're getting pretty soon. I genuinely like the trailer, despite the controversy about Pedro Pascal as a good actor choice for Reed Richards' role. I think it truly is a great choice here, and he's going to impress Marvel fans with his great performance playing Mr. Fantastic we're all really excited about. Now, the cast is pretty great here overall, especially if there's going to be Doctor Doom revealed in this film. It's going to be incredible. So far, I like the vibe that's set in this trailer, and it does look very promising for me, and I hope for you too. Now, thank you guys for your support on the channel. It is really significant for the channel's future, and I really appreciate your support, guys. And my next project I'm going to be working on is going to be Captain America Brave New World, that we also took a glimpse of on San Diego Comic-Con, and then Thunderbolts, its trailer, and all details I'll be breaking down in my next video. Let me know your impression of this trailer, and now to get a full Fantastic Four First Steps teaser trailer impression, click on this video on the end screen now.